Hey guys, welcome back to Puffalata, and welcome back to Café Enchanté. Korro was like, we need to go this way with flipper movements, basically sign language, I feel. And the group is going that way, and Drami left the group to go back to the Firewolves because he didn't want to go to where his, family had died. So, let's get right into it. Let's see what Korro is trying to show us. Close to shore, the smell of sea salt hit my nose. Korro leapt towards the crashing waves. With that momentum, he dove into the ocean.
ああしてるとほんと普通のアザラシにしか見えないよね。SNS 映えしそうですが、また林道に怒られてしまうので自重しておきます。
It was all smiles on that windy beach as Korro splashed playfully in the shallow water.
たく、揃いも揃ってゆるい顔しやがって、ここまでの緊張感が台無しじゃねえか。
In the end, nothing could ever take the wind out of Korro's sails. Then suddenly, I realized Ignis and I stood side by side, engaging in normal conversation at last. It then occurred to Ignis shortly after. He immediately reacted by averting his gaze. So yeah, we're gonna get closer to him. We know. We're just going to be the most obnoxious person ever. I missed the closeness that he and I shared once before. I took an inconspicuous step closer to him. By the looks of things, Ignis didn't exactly try to escape from me, but he still pursed his lip awkwardly. It was like we were thrust back in time, an awkward portrait of our early days. It felt rather lonely. After a conversation wafted into the ocean, wafted, there we go, into the ocean air, he and I stared blankly at the water. Hey, Ignis?
なんだ。
Forgive me if saying this oversteps some kind of boundary, but after earlier, something about it made me happy.
Huh?
Beasts technically don't ever eat because they don't have to, right? If you were one of the beasts that couldn't eat, I would have never seen the look on your face after eating a big meal, that big goofy smile. I know that you're suffering right now, but I still want to spend time with you over at Enchanté if you would like to visit. I want to feed you whatever meal you want every day of my life.
毎日。
Yes. I don't know how to say this, but that's how much Wait, what was I trying to say? Korro thrashed at the water violently, which splashed upwards and hit Ignis in the face. Oh no! Water droplets trickled from the bridge of his nose to the tip until it dripped down. Ignis held this pose quietly, letting the curtain of water on his face fall slowly to the ground. Unable to contain himself, Ignis nearly popped a vein from trying to roar at Korro.
Huh?
Huh? Korro poked his head out of the water to say something unusually. The others, who stood watching in the distance, gathered towards us, curious about what was going on. Korro floated joyfully in the water, pointing his big eyes at us. Said Korro before diving once more into the water since swimming away. Huh? Korro? Wait, where are you going? The depths obscured Korro's shadow, and suddenly he was gone.
あのバカ、知らねえ土地で好きに泳ぎ回るつもりか。
We have to hurry and chase him.
どうやら東の方向へと向かったようだが、見失う前に保護せねば。
おい箱入り、てめえの術でコロロの後を追えるか。
どうした？何か問題があるのならば無理にとは言わんが。
あ、いえ、まだそれほど離れていないでしょうし、可能かと。すぐに実行します。
Eel soared into the air, casting the same detection spell he had previously used to locate the Pakas.
たく、コロロのやつ。仮にもここはアルムムがいた場所だったのに、怖いもの知らずにも程があんな。
Ignis mumbled to himself, presumably out of concern for Korro. That's when.
イグニスと餌？食べるはともかく餌なんて。コロロ、いつそんな単語を覚えたんだろう。
さあ、僕は心当たりないけど、テレビとかそれか街中で聞いたとかかな。
それもそっか。けどなんで全然関係ないこのタイミングで。
Yeah, that is really weird. From a short distance, Mizir and Mr. Rindo watched the situation with great curiosity. Thanks to Eel's spell, we were able to track Korro's location. The former angel glided above us, guiding us through the path on our pursuit. But at the end of our long run, we hit a dead end, our path blocked by a gigantic icy boulder. It seemed that the only way we could progress any further would be to dive underwater. Eel, noticing our predicament, landed on the ground, albeit while stumbling.
対象の移動停止を確認しました。
Oh god, Eel's not looking good.
どうやらコロロはこの先にある空間にて待機しているようです。いる。お疲れ様。でもその様子を見る限り、やっぱりベスティアで琴音を探した時の消耗がまだ回復してなかったんだね。はい。
Huh? Really? It suddenly became evident to me. I noticed how the color had been draining from Eel's face.
お前な、そういうことは早く言えよ。だったらこっちも無茶させねえっつうの。
ですが、私以外のものではコロロを追うことができなかったのは事実でしょ。ただ、申し訳ありませんが、これ以降私は秘書以外でお役に立てないかと。
十分だよ、イル。そのままゆっくり休んで。
ああ、この程度の行き止まりも我らには何の障害にもならぬ。
In one swift movement, Canis unsheathed his blade, raised it into the air, and shattered the huge block of ice. A path opened up before us, but its entrance was damp and dimly lit. Is this an ice cave?
ティグリスの縄張り近くにこんなもんがあったのか。
Ignis, it seemed, shared in my wonder at the secluded location. I wonder why Korro swam all the way here.
ただの気まぐれだろ。とっ捕まえて説教だな。
As soon as we set foot inside, my skin clenched as the stone walls and the ground insulated a punishing chill. I took a deep breath, hoping my resolve would warm me in the freezing depths. Oh, it's so pretty. I remember we flashed back to this at one point. It wasn't even a flashback, really. It was like from Korro's perspective, I think. But soon we arrived at an opening. The narrow path emptied into a wide hall. We can stand side by side with room to play. This is... It wasn't exactly a cave, but rather a...
氷で作られた祠みてえだな。
I thought I might have faintly recognized the scene from a historical documentary. Then, in the pool of water situated at the center of the shrine was... Korro, poking his head out enthusiastically. Korro, we were worried about you. I hold my arms out wide for him to come. Normally, whenever I post like this, Korro would cry out loudly and leap into my arms, but this time... Korro? For some reason, he didn't budge. Instead, Korro began to swim towards the rear of the shrine. He emerged from the water and poked a wall with his horn as if to direct our attention to the spot. His tiny horn was pointed at a small engraving etched onto the wall.
壁画
Oh.
いや、絵だけじゃないね。GPM のデータベースで見かけたベスティアの古代文字も薄く刻まれてる。
Korro turned around, seeing that we had taken in notice of the hieroglyphics. Mukashi Mukashi. It's like a long ago.
いきなりなんだ
Korro had the mural to his back. Then he began to speak in a manner those of us who normally interacted with him at Enchanté had never heard before. The lively mood among our expedition party was replaced by solemn, focused attention. We stood, fully entranced by the little creature, as if it were about to recite a lengthy tale. So began the little creature. He said to the group as he waddled alongside the mural, narrating it. So long ago, there was a human who came to Bestia, and was there already a wolf there, or did the human become the wolf? And then he went to bed, and then when he woke up, he was really hungry. All of us jerked in reaction to hear him speaking so clearly. Korro, unfazed, continued. Vinitru? As if to signal the end of his story, Korro cried out as he usually did. Korro, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? He seems different somehow, as if coming here awoke something inside of him.
それも気になんかなんでいきなりビニトルと俺の名前を出したんだ
Also, are these werecats like Drami? On a whim, I glanced once more at the mural where I begin to parse various beasts and men illustrated in all manners of situations. Each depiction, I noticed, had the wolves donned in flames, connecting each one.
もしやコロロはこの壁画に描かれている内容に沿い関連性のある単語を発しているのでは
確かにそんな様子だったね。絵に合わせてわざわざ移動してたし。
随分と古い祠だ。イグニス、何か心当たりは？
知らねえよ。壁画の意味もさっぱりわかんねえ。古代文字も薄すぎてよく見えねえし。どっかのガキが刻んだただの落書きじゃねえの。
I think these pictures look too purposeful for that to be the case.
さ、コロロがさっき発した単語、ちょっと俺たちの喋り方に寄せて順に言い直してみない？
あ？なんでわざわざんなこと？
いや、君との関連性がなんか気になって、ものは試しってことで頼むよ。
そこまで言うなら別にいいけどよ。
But how should we rephrase it? I replayed Korro's presentation in my head. If I could summon what exactly Korro said, I could imitate the words for everyone. Far past Bestia, one day human came.
シンプルだよね。昔のベスティアって意味だ。次は
ある日人間が来た。大昔に人間がこのベスティアに訪れたことがあるということか。
そうそう、そんな感じでどんどんちゃんと文章になるように訳してみよう。イル、悪いけどコロロの発言を全部遡ってくれる？はい、了解しました。記憶を再生しますね。
Il immediately obliged Mazir's request. He began to repeat Korro's exact words effortlessly. Far past Bestia, one day human came. But Bestia already firewolf there, wolf sleep. Wolf human wake up and food, lots, eat. Wolf are Vinitru, Tigrish, Conch. Ignis wolf, food, eat, become. Ignis is food? Or Ignis needs to eat the food to become a human? I don't know. If we do what we did earlier to interpret Korro's meaning.
はるか昔のベスティアに人間が訪れた。
元は元のことかな。ならベスティアにはもともと炎の狼が存在し眠っていた。
眠っていた狼は人間が来たことにより目を覚ました。そして餌をたくさん食した。
狼がビニトル、ティグリスは監視。
Wait, so... Okay. Humans arrived, woke up the wolves, they all ate together. Ignis is a wolf. When he eats, these qualities are enhanced. Is that right?
だいたいそんな感じだと思うよ。
炎の狼とは壁画に書かれているこの狼のことで間違いないだろうな。
最初はいかにも伝承って感じな話だったけど、なんで途中から餌の話になんだ？ベスティアに来た人間がその狼にご親切に飯を作ってやったってか？
その詳細はわかんないけど、やっぱりこの狼、呼び方といい共通点といい、もしかしてイグニスの先祖にあたる魔獣なんじゃないの？
Oh, that's right. The fact that it refers to what appears to be ancient firewolves aligns with Ignis perfectly. It even mentions them eating.
現にコロロは狼はビニトルとはっきり告げている。
Mr. Rindo let out a sigh in contemplation and placed his hand beneath his chin.
人間がイグニスの先祖に食事を与えてあげたから子孫のビニトルも食事が可能になったってこと？
適当に言ったんだが、マジか。
しかしその先から急に話が通らなくなってしまっているな。
イグニスが狼となるって言われても、彼はすでにもともとビニトルだし、その上ティグリスが監視って。
It watches as in watches over someone? Perhaps it referred to a werecat companion. Maybe Drami knows something since he's a werecat? And as soon as I said that... Cold! Suddenly, a freezing cold drop of water splashed onto my forehead. Oh, that scared me. I suspected some of the flames radiating from Ignis's body melted the ice on the ceiling. I tested my hypothesis by glancing upward, but when I did... Ah, look! There's a mural up there too!
何？
As my voice bounced around the stony cave, everyone looked up in unison. What we saw was a giant firewolf. In other words, Ignis's ancestors. It was a majestic, breathtaking depiction. It appeared to be swallowing what looked like other beasts and humans, one after another. Was it? We lowered our heads and looked around. All of a sudden, Mizir's face, which seemed hopeful and cheery just a moment ago, became stern.
あのさ、イグニス。そういえばビニトルは昔からあらゆる魔獣から迫害され数を減らしちゃったんだよね。
ああ、妙竹林な伝承のせいでな。それがどうした？
いや、よく考えたらそれっておかしくない？
Oh no.
君以外のビニトルも能力から見ればそれなりに強力な魔獣なはずだ。つまり昔は数だって多かったはずだね。ならどうしてまるで檻のような氷に閉ざされたあんな辺境へと追いやられていたのか。
Oh no.
それは
そりゃ決まってるじゃないっすか。
Is that fucking Drami?
古の魔獣たちがこの世界を守るためにビニトルを閉じ込めたからっすよ。俺たちティグリスはその檻の監視役として奴らの隣人になったんす。
Suddenly, a voice echoed from the entrance. An ominous interruption, dotted by footsteps. Korro stood in front of the mural, growling at the figure in the dark as if to ward them away. There was only one person at whom I'd ever known Korro to growl like that. The shadow appeared, opening his arms in a wide and exaggerated manner, as if to welcome us. I knew it!
さあ皆さん、よくぞたどり着きました。
I knew it! I never trusted you!
俺たちティグリスが数千年守り続け、その割にはあっさり忘れちまった最悪の歴史を示す誇られた。
He raised his voice, beaming with what appeared to be pride.
ドローミ。
What happened? Weren't you back at the Firewolf stronghold?
ああ、それについてはご心配。
Oh!
あっちでの仕事はもう全部終わらせてきたっすから。
Ooh, I don't like that face. Jami said as much with a wide but disconcerting smile. Something about him unsettled me, something I couldn't place. But I said as much to him bluntly. You're scaring me. The werecat stared back at Korro, who continued to growl and let out a heavy sigh.
いやー、にしても残念っす。本当なら一世一代の大舞台で兄貴に全てを話すつもりだったのに、まさか俺がここで計画についてつぶやいてるとき、コロロがここに居合わせてたとはね。さては群れとはぐれた原因ってここに迷い込んだからっすね。
Ignis stepped forward, as if in Korro's defense, despite still processing the big reveal.
いい加減にしろドローミ。てめえさっきから何を意味わかんねえことばっかほざいてやがる。計画ってのは何のことだ？それにさっきのこの世界を守るために魔獣たちが俺らビニトルをこの辺境に閉じ込めたってのは。
え？そのまんまの意味っすよ。
Jami offered casual rebuttal, as if it was any other conversation.
要はアルムムたちが今行おうとしてることと同じっす。まあくだらねえ雑魚魔獣っすけど、真実を知った奴らは奴らなりにこのベスティアを守ろうとしてたってことっすね。イグニスという未来の大災悪から。
だから その意味がわかんねえっつってんだ、このアホトラ。
Oh, I hate his evil face. It's so freaky.
下手な役者気取りなんぞしねえで、シンプルに質問に答えやがれ。
って言われても、皆さんが訳したこととその天井の壁画に描かれていることが全ての真実っすよ。
Normally, Drami would shrink or run at the sound of Ignis's threats, but he didn't bat an eyelash, nor did he flinch as Ignis screamed in anger. He was no longer the coward hiding behind Ignis, relying upon him for strength.
とはいえ、他ならぬ尊敬する兄貴からのご要望、お望み通りシンプルにお答えするっす。いいっすか？天井に描かれているビニトルの先祖、そのかつてこのベスティアであらゆる魔獣と人間をほふり、世界を破滅寸前まで追いやった化け物なんすよ。
化け物。
That was...
これで分かっただろ。イグニス、てめえはな、ベスティアでただ一人の魔獣でもなんでもねえ。
Ignis recalled the fated conversation.
まさかイグニスの暴走本能って。
そう、その通り。この化け物の子孫ゆえの本能っす。とはいえ、ビニトルの中でも特に色濃く化け物の血を継いでいる兄貴にしか起こらないことっすけど。
ドロミ、その口ぶりからしてお前はイグニスの暴走本能について気がついていたのか？
Conus is pissed.
もちろんっす。兄貴のことなら何でも把握してるっすよ。過去、兄貴が行った大虐殺の時も実はバッチリ見てたっす。
His confession rang as words of betrayal to Ignis.
全部知ってて黙ってやがったのか。
Why? For what purpose?
別に教えてもいいっすけど、それよりいいんすか？ビニトルたちを孤立させちゃって、あのコロロの仲間探しの時の騒動みたいに、あそこにいい狩り場があるって俺がアルムムたちにまた情報を流しちゃったっすよ。
What's your problem? What? I just don't understand. Drami. No, he said as much with a chuckle. Ignis's face dropped, and he immediately sprinted towards the shrine's entrance. Ignis, wait!
追いかけるよ。イグニスを一人にしちゃダメだ。
おっと、お客さんが舞台に上がるのはマナー違反っす。
Drami lowered his shoulders as if on cue. Then a deranged band of minotaurs came rushing into the cave.
ことね、コロロを抱えて下がれ。
いや、それよりも一層逃げてくれた方がいいかもね。
Yeah.
ここは君たちが暴れるには狭すぎる。下手したら彼女ごと巻き添えだ。
どうかいる。弱って戦えない君もやばい。彼女と一緒にアルムムたちの包囲網から抜け出せる。はい、その程度でしたら。ことね、急いでコロロを。
Sure. As soon as I wrapped Korro in my arms, Il carried me in turn. Just as a minotaur charged at us from behind, Il kicked at the ground. He flew, nearly scraping the ceiling on the way out so we could escape from the cave. Yikes. Yikes. We're gonna stop here. Oh god. Oh god. I knew it. I knew Drami was a fuck Oh my god, it was so obvious. They were like foreshadowing it so hard. I was like, there's no freaking way that Drami doesn't end up being like a bad person, you know? Like, oh god. Ugh. I really hope that Ignis is okay. I hope that all the firewolves are okay. Even though they were been lying to us this whole time. Like, his uncle must have known exactly why they were all in this corner. They were always bullied and stuff like that. Like, he must have known. Why not tell your group this, you know? Like, make it clear so that people don't grow up being like emotionally damaged and needing therapy. Whatever. I could go on. But next episode, I guess it's the finale for Ignis, right? Like, it might be the finale. We're gonna find out.